Hello.
Hello. Oh, I could be closer.
It's good evening here in Franceland.
It is. It's quite warm. I'm quite warm. Do you feel
It is
warm?
warm.
I'm
It is
quite
warm.
hot. I've gone and got my water tonight. There's water.
I was contemplating sitting outside and taking my laptop with me, but I didn't get that far.
No, but it could be quite nice to sit outside. I have to say, I don't have a lot to do with the outside anymore.
No, I thought I might sit outside because I've got a decent network down this end of the house now.
All right then, shall we get into it? Well, we've got Laurie DePar Moore. Howdy from Oregon. Is this your first live, Laurie? Good to see you. Angela
Hi,
Holland's
Laurie.
here. Hi, Angela. Angela?
Angela.
That's because I was saying Oregon. Good. I don't know what's going on there. Annie Hogan's here. Yoo-hoo. Hello. Kelly Moore. Hi, everyone. Hello, Kelly. Good to see you again. Angie Medler's here. Hello from Virginia. Annie Hogan's saying, Annie Hogan is saying, sharing my time with Wimbledon. Come on, Yannick. Oh, are you there? Isn't your mum going to Wimbledon?
Yes, my mum is going to Wimbledon on. Oh, have I switched off me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can still hear you.
Yes, Mother is going to Wimbledon on Saturday.
Oh, cool. She loves it, doesn't she? She'll have a great time.
Oh, she does.
So I hope Wimbledon I hope the sun's shining, I think. So it should be good. Strawberries and cream and Pims and all that. Hi, everyone. Are these every Friday, says Caroline Channer. No, they're all week.
They're all week as long as we haven't got anything else booked in.
So we plan to do them every evening or every day, depending on where you are, or morning, lives in the group. But occasionally, because it's evening our time, occasionally we have lessons. So at the moment, we've got our final year students going through lessons on Mondays and Wednesdays. Not every Wednesday, though, but every Monday at the moment. So at the moment, it is only going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and sometimes it won't be all of those. So just keep looking in the Phoenix group because we put the post up at some point during the day. And if it gets to around about this time at night, we do try to put up that there isn't going to be a live if there isn't going to be a live. I hope that makes sense. Probably doesn't. Therese is here. Hey, Therese. Vicky Ware's here. Hello and good morning from Australia.
Good day.
5:10, is it? Noel Brown's here. Hey, from USA. Aston Burnett's here from South Africa. Hey, peeps, sending love from South Africa. Good luck, all the Clydes. Let's kick off next week and start with induction tomorrow. She knows. Look, she's been listening and looking. Wishing you all an ultra special and life-changing journey. Yes, I keep thinking today's Saturday, which is just as well because we'd be doing the induction.
Message.
Yes, a lovely message. Thank you. Catherine Brown's here. Hello, Charlie Brown. Good trims.
Hi,
Catherine, good trims. Jenny Ackerstrom's here. Hey, from Sweden. Hey. Susie Fells. Hello, I'm going to the July workshop. Yes, she's just booked, Gary. She needs to go on your list.
My goodness.
And be
Have
added
we not switched that off yet?
No, I said we're about to switch it off. No,
is Susie the last
because
one?
I knew Susie wanted to book on, so I did send Susie a message and say, "Hurry up and book it. Gary's gonna shut it."
It's very busy.
So Gary, if you wouldn't mind adding Susie to the WhatsApp group, Susie can start getting familiar with all of that, and it's all very exciting.
Isn't it just?
Lynn's here. Hi all, says Lynn. Joe
Hi,
Moss
Lynn.
is here. Wish I was what? Joining the induction. Going to Gawsworth.
Or Gawsworth, yeah.
Gawsworth, probably Gawsworth.
We've got so much going on.
Evening all, says Janet Welsh. Laura's here. Hello, Laura. Hi all, HMB Pro from Essex, UK. I'll also be at Gawsworth in July workshop. Looking forward to meeting you all there. Susie. Yes.
Hi,
Laura's
Laura.
driving up. Laura looks after our kit in the UK. That's where we park all of our kit at Laura's, bless her. That's everything. All of it goes there. Caroline Schillig says, hi, all you warriors. Hello. Toya's here. Hello, everyone. Loved the little video you put up, Toya.
Loved the video. Just watched it. Awesome.
Go watch Toya's
Good
little
job.
video she just put up of her
Good
rescue
job.
mare. It's lovely. Georgie Williams is here. Hi all, says Georgie. Angela Holland says, I'll be at Galsworth as well. I can't wait to meet everyone. I hope you and I can make it, Gary. I hope you and I can make Galsworth. Just in case.
Well,
I mean, I
hope
don't
you
know if
can
we
make
can.
it, because I can't talk for 3 days.
I don't talk. I have to warn you, we have had to get a PA system. So it'll be the
Lindsay
first
keeps
time.
losing her voice.
It'll be the first time that I've used a PA system. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, because my voice just keeps going. We do the work, we do the training camp, and after the training camp, it's gone. So from now on in future, we have to use a PA system, and otherwise I just won't have any voice left, and you won't hear me. It'll be all croaky. Lisa says, hello from an absolutely beautiful sunny day, finally in Alberta, Canada. Thank the Lord. Hi, Angela, says Susie. Good to see you. Becky Bragg, evening from a very soggy Cornwall. Now, you see, I feel your pain, because I used to live in Cornwall. And when everybody else was saying it was sunny, all the people were coming on holiday, or the Emmets, to Cornwall, and it was always wet. Fabulous. Jenny, you have been up for hours now, says Sarah Lou. Is that Jenny? As in, I don't know which Jenny that is. Hi all, says Sarah. Maggie Thrussell's here. Hi everyone, says Maggie.
Hiya.
Erin's here. Hello from Ohio. Slowly but surely making my way through the 15-day challenge. Finally made it to day 8.
Awesome.
Well done, Erin. Keep on going, girl. Don't give up. You keep going. Morning. Early start. Oh, I see what you're saying, Sarah. 5 a.m. alarm set for induction day today. Oh, yes, because you're ahead of us. So you're on Saturday and your induction will be Sunday morning, won't it? Oh, God, that's not confusing. Too early for a start, then awake at 3 a.m. One was scared to miss alarm. Oh, it's tomorrow. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I did think, I wonder if we should have made it a bit later. But I didn't really expect, when we made it, we didn't have anybody from New Zealand joining at that point, Jenny. So you've completely thrown us. Dom!
Hey,
What are
you
you
got a night off from cooking, mate?
Are you finished cooking? How's your sweeties? Meta's here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I guess that means good afternoon. I'm guessing. It sounds kind of like it, doesn't it? Laurie says, I've been lurking. She's been lurking, Gary. She's a lurker.
She's a lurker. She's decided to rip off the bandage and show herself.
She's come out of the closet. Maylin's here. Hello from Sweden. Hello, Maylin. That's another. I mean, so many of our new Clydes are on right now. Maylin's one of them. Yoren's here. Hello. Hi, all.
Hi,
Angela Garbergs. Hello from south of France. Bonsoir. Oh, Helga 10. I don't know if I'm going to say it. Helga. I get that bit. 10. Kate. Hello from Holland. Hello from Holland. Have you been a lurker or have you just arrived? Have you watched any of these lives before? Stella Gallic. Hello, Stella. It's lovely to have you, donkey lady. Good day from Australia. Oops, just woke up on the couch. Hopefully not with a donkey beside you. Laura Shillam's there. Hi from Washington. Is that Washington State? I think it is, isn't it? I think we've discussed that before. Uta's here. Good evening from Germany, says Uta. Sarah says, super excited to have Asha, Lisa, and Vanya as mentors back to school after 24 years. Oh, yes. It all begins on the Monday. Yes, it does. Yes, it certainly does.
Strap in.
It's a marathon, remember, not a sprint. Vivian's here. Hello, everyone. I like the post you put up about, you know, the where the bones fuse as the horse ages. It's very good. That was a good graphic. Judy Dummermouth's here. Hi from El Paso, Wisconsin. Oh God, it's El Paso. It just makes me laugh every time you say that, Judy, because I just think of the Wild West. I am working on my mule's heels very gradually. Love that I have some idea of how to do it. Yes, because you're having the consultations. Well done.
Fantastic.
Francis is here. Hello, Francis. Good to see you this evening. It's nice of you to visit us.
I thought you were going on holiday.
No, that was Charlotte.
Francis is going on holiday too.
Oh, are you?
But I can't remember.
Oh, what's
I
that?
can't
Are
remember
all
where.
our admins help? Anybody want to be an admin?
Help.
Perhaps I
Yes,
shouldn't have asked that.
exactly.
Our admins are all going on holiday. Can't go on holiday, Francis. Jenny says, I need to do an induction to learn how to understand time zones. Me too. Laurie is, we're here. Leah is here. Hello, Leah. Angie Medler. Jen, set your weather apps to their area. Oh, yeah, that works. I like the idea of that. Next week says, oh no, because that'll be 2 of you on holiday. What are we going to do? I don't know what we're going to do. We'll be bereft. I know we've got a few other admins. They'll all have to step up. Right then, what are we going to do this evening? What are we going to talk about this evening, guys and gals? What are we going to talk about? Gary, got anything you'd like to mention that we've been... Oh, I put a post on HM. Should we have a look at that?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we can start. We can kick. Oh, I've got an itch. We can kick off on that one. Let's go and have a look what this post says. Yeah, here we are on our lovely public page. If you haven't already, go and follow. Look at us with 24,000 followers. This one, chopping off the toes has consequences. What do you think will... Pardon?
Can you blow it up a bit? No, a little bit. I need to be able to see it. Don't be facetious.
There you go. That's very blown up now.
You're a naughty girl now, aren't you? I shall have to come over the road and give you a slap.
Oh, hang on. Let me just close that one there. Oh, I don't know. Look, I've blown it up so flipping big now. Where is it?
I've thrown you now, haven't I?
There we go.
It's my old eyes, look.
He says in his Wiltshire accent, we're 8 girls world. Chopping off the toes has consequences. What do you think will happen to this hoof if you keep taking the toes back, like in the picture? This is so incredibly common. And if you've been sticking around in the Phoenix group for any length of time, you'll know it's incredibly common. If this is happening to your horse, you need to know the consequences, because it is likely the person doing this doesn't. So what is the... Ooh, that made me feel a bit sick. So I've put, what will happen if you keep doing this? So what's going to happen if you keep doing that? Tell us, guys. I'm going to leave it up on the and incidentally, this horse didn't need this. Well, they never need it. But the point is, he didn't need it anyway. But can you also see this little crevice here beginning because of this continual removal? This is getting infected. Yeah. So tell us what you think. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think? Judy says osteonecrosis. Well, I tell you what, Judy, you could be heading that way, couldn't you? Why is that? Why could you be heading down the realms of osteonecrosis? Sarah says, welcome, Helga. Welcome. Oh, Helga says, yes, you pronounced it right. Just learned about the group this week and binging all videos as much as possible. Don't do it too much. You'll make yourself sick. There's no point doing that. Just take it steady. Take it steady.
Don't overdo it.
Laura says, what's the holidays? Too busy studying and trimming. I know, right? Too busy teaching. I like watching you scroll through the main page answering questions. I like it. Like you doing that. It's good. We might probably do that in a minute. Erin says, you've mentioned before that compacted heels are very difficult to deal with during rehab when you are an experienced trimmer. What is it that makes them more complicated? What makes it more complicated is the fact that you can't see the true hard sole plane, and what you have is compacted sole making you think that you can see the hard sole plane, and it's so compacted that even when you start going down through it, sometimes it doesn't give straight away. And of course, what you have to do is try and get the horse into the right position straight away. And it's not just straightforward bringing it down, because you've got to be able to assess the back of the foot, how far do you need to come? Because what it feels like you're doing is trimming into hard sole, which freaks people out. So that's why it needs experience. That's why it needs this. And 2 years you could be in our training program, and we're only just really talking about the best ways to do it, because you've got to know how to trim first very well, and then you can learn to trim compacted heels. Right. Good, really good question. I liked that. Helga says P3 will become positive. Quite likely, because if Helga, because if you're doing this, then you're not trimming to constants, are you? Which always indicates to me that this person isn't trimming to the hard sole plane at the heels. And the more you take the toe off, the more something happens to the hoof wall, which does something, and then everything starts to go out of balance and out of kilter. And it's so common. Poor horses. Good comment there. Sarah says diverging rings due to no feedback at the toe, causing different growth rates between toe and heel. Perfect, which adds on to Helga's comment, doesn't it? And the heels appear to grow fast. You'll hear people say it all the time. Oh, my laminitic mare, she grew such a lot of heels so quickly. No, her heels are growing just fine. They've got no opposite force to count as a counterbalance for them, and the toe slows down, and you go, it just puts the whole foot out of kilter, and nobody thinks about that. You know, they all go on about lever forces and physics and all of that. And excuse me, hello, anybody talking about biology? Anybody out there? Anybody out? Lucy, do you think we should talk about biology? Because all these people are talking about physics, and I made the horse not to worry about that. But biology is the important thing. And how are organisms made, Lucy? Mother Nature. Mother Nature, I know the answer to that question. Go on then, Lucy, what is it? Feedback. That's very good, Lucy. Go make me a cup of tea. Angela Holland says heels will get higher, putting P3 in the wrong position. Quite right. Mother Nature's nodding. She's nodding at all you incredibly clever people. Why doesn't the rest of the world know this? All you clever people nodding away. Judy says high heels and chopped toes put P3 in trouble. Why aren't you all getting onto the Facebook page and commenting? Because you need to, right? Don't just leave it for the rest of the world to flounder about. Diverging rings, says Carly, slowdown of growth. Yes! Doesn't it make sense? That's biology for you. I'm guessing they will get all the way through the outer and the inner hoof wall. Indeed they do. And can you see that? Let's see if we can blow that up, Susie. Let's see if we can. Oh, where's it gone? There it is. If we go and blow that up, do you see this bluey grey color? So that's the outer hoof wall. And then you see this more sort of yellowy pale color. That's the inner hoof wall. And just here is the white line. And just beyond that is the sole. I mean, hello. They've gone completely through all of that, exposing all the white line that's in there and dumping the horse on the sole. And then, even worse, this sort of trim, they talk about something called 10-2 pillars. So they think it's okay for a horse to be walking on these pillars here because they completely remove the toe. And no horse does that. Not a single horse was designed their hoof to walk on these quarter toe pillars. That's just a human excuse because they've been chopping the toes off. Oh, you'll be fine. They're walking on the toe quarter pillars. No, because you've removed their toe pillar, which is actually what they did need. You see all of this section here. Can you see my pointer?
Yeah, it's small, but as long as you keep moving it, people can follow it.
All of this section here slows down, and it does, and we can prove it over and over and over and over again. So good comment there, Susie. That was a good one. Aston says the hoof capsule rotation, incorrect positioning of P3 and bone column, balance of foot, laminitis. Guys, honestly, you're incredible.
You're awesome.
You
What do you
are
coming in?
incredible.
Watching us for?
There'll be people on this that'll be new to it going, ooh, they're clever. They're clever. Oh, it's fantastic. So you know, don't you? Every time you go into a group now, because you people love your groups, not me, I'd rather lick windows, but you lot that like to go into the groups and you see people doing this, you know what to say now, don't you? And it will blow their minds because they will be like, pardon? How do you know that? Because we do, because we've been learning. Jenny says pressure from P3 on the circumflex artery causing pinching or compression on artery causing damage over time. Boom. Boom. If you do this continually over and over and over and over again, it's a repetitive thing. The horse never gets the opportunity to come off their sole. And it's so stupid. It's such an idiotic thing to do. And the consequences are horrendously dire for horses because balance goes out the window, like I said, and then up go the hills, off go the toe, thin goes the sole, pressure goes the foot. P3 rotates, it gets loads of pressure, and sometimes it hasn't even got the opportunity to go through osteonecrosis. It just goes straight. The sole just breaks away and P3's there. And what you've been told is that P3 does this and goes through. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. P3 is exactly where it needs to be at the end of its bony column. What's happening is it's the hoof capsule going. Naughty world. You should understand it. So perfect comment, Aston. Really good, Jenny. Everybody's doing brilliantly, aren't they? Angela says, smaller area for the horse to walk on. Boom. Now, you see, we've actually said quite a few things here. It's not just one, is it? It's not just one thing. It's a few things. And they do not like a shorter area to walk on. And in between trims, that hoof will slow down so much, it's not getting down to the toe. And the heels are growing, which means in between trims, it goes like this. Shortens even more. Whereas on an ordinary, normal, balanced foot, even the ones that are rehabbing with their longer toe, they've got foot on the ground. Now, with one that hasn't got any lamina wedge or lamella wedge, it just goes like this. Is it great? P3 never changes angle. It just the hoof grows this way because it's getting longer because horn tubules are growing down that way. So it gets longer that way. Oh God, it's weird when you do it back to front. And then you just come along and you trim it back up. And all you're doing is this all the time. This never moves. But our poor horses in the equine world, because this sort of stuff goes on all the time. Every time they get a trim, they're doing this all the time. In between trims, at trims. It's awful. Awful. It'll create a callus. It will, poor thing, because it's being harmed. So it will create a callus. Well done. It will. Laura's jumping in now with her knowledge. It will become retarded at the toe and will have diverging rings where the toe growth slows due to lack of feedback, but you'll put the horse on its sole and then in turn restrict the circumflex artery, causing osteonecrosis over time, plus you won't be able to balance the hoof correctly. Woo!
In a nutshell.
So good. You are all, look at them all go. I can't believe it. Dawn says, hi everyone, bit late, big weekly shop. Ooh, what did you get? I want to know. And just finished doing horse's hay so I could watch while having my tea. Lovely. Did your dinner consist of the stuff you went to the shop to get? Don't ever go shopping when you're hungry. It's a bad idea because you end up buying more, don't you? I do it all the time. I'm hungry, I need to go shopping, and I buy loads more than I need. Nicole says, hi all from Peru. And day 4 on the 15-day challenge. Brilliant. Can't believe it. You're in the middle of the Amazon forest. I keep saying that. Just have to pinch myself a minute. Sarah says there was a post put up today where the whole toe was. Oh yes, turn my stomach, poor baby. That was what's she called? Patty Behrens from Uruguay put that up, didn't she? We'll go and have a look at that maybe. Where they just resected the front of the foot. Did you see that, Gary? Yeah,
No, I
it's
haven't seen that
disgusting.
one.
Yeah. Annie Hogan says, Sarah, turn mine too. I saw that, Sarah, and he was teaching the next generation. It's crazy. Absolutely, utterly crazy. Live a good pop quiz live. I used to go on the other groups to give advice, and people get so nasty that I decided it's not good for me. Well, that's why I don't go. You can join me, right? Because I'd rather lick windows. Lick my computer screen. I'd rather do that. Or lick a dirty window than go into those groups. Hi, Monica. Good to see you from Czech. Susan Mitchell. Hi, everyone from West Yorkshire. Couldn't find the link. You found it now. You found it now. Oh, Dawn says husband was home cooking while I was shopping, but you still bought stuff that you didn't need though, because you were hungry, because you were waiting to eat your dinner. How lovely. That husband was at home shopping. Yoran says, same for me, Maggie. Everybody in the stable thinks I'm an idiot. It's a tough road. It is a tough road. It's a tough road to walk, folks.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. Right. So your homework tonight, folks, is that you have to go on to the HM public page and make some clever comments. That's what you need to do. Get on there and show the world, because that's the public page, remember? It's no good just putting it in the Phoenix group. Well, it is good. I want you to do that, but I also want you to go on the public page and show the world. And you can say, member of the Phoenix group. You know, like our HMB pros go, HMB Pro Essex, like Laura. You can go,
Or you can go Hoof Hero.
Hoof Hero. You could
You've
go
done the challenges. Have you
Hoof
done the
Hero,
challenges?
15-day challenge, 10-day challenge, or Phoenix Warrior. Start signing your name like that. It will just be hilarious.
Oh, that would be
Please
amazing.
do. Got start Hoof Hero here, Phoenix Warrior. I love
That'd be fabulous.
Love it.
That'd be fabulous.
A group of advice, support, and window lickers. I got kicked out of a group for recommending checking with the diet and management. That wasn't a group telling you to give the horse loads of drugs, was it? Because there's one of those out there that just, oh no, that fixes it. This drug here. Oh no, that fixes it. This drug here. There's another drug and another drug and another drug and another drug. Shorten the toe, says Therese. Give the horse bute and lock it up in a box for 2 to 8 months. Is a popular laminitic treatment here in Sweden. Is it the same in other countries?
Yes.
Exactly the same. Literally identical all over the world. The entire world says exactly that. And guess what, Therese? Doesn't work.
What was it? Something like 98% failure rate?
I think it's 99. It doesn't work. But that's okay. Poor weakling domestic horses. They're so weak. Mother Nature made their hooves so ridiculously weak that they all end up getting laminitis that's incurable, and then they die or they're put to sleep. It's shocking. But you guys, you Phoenix Warriors and Hoof Heroes out there and HMB Pros, are going to change the world. Angela says, yes, Therese. Nicole says, I was looking on some Facebook pages for hoof boots and got to explain why trimming toes and raising heels wasn't the solution to get a boot to fit right. They liked it. Very good.
Oh, that's good. Well done, Nicole.
Keep spreading that news. And what you don't see in the background are all the messages that we get as well. And we get some lovely messages. We get some really, really lovely messages. We also get some messages that are sad too. And of late, which has been rather encouraging, is we haven't been getting the shitty messages. You know, the ones where people want to tell you that you need to just crawl away under another rock somewhere and they don't like you. And oh no, we don't get those so much anymore. Still happens, but not very often. No, we tend to get all the thank you, I can't thank you enough type of messages and emails. It's lovely, but everything's coming at us from all angles. Like I said, we're driving that train and we're putting down the tracks as the train is coming fast behind the tracks, and we don't know where we're going. This is uncharted territory now, because we don't know how the world is going to respond to all of this. What we do know is that the Phoenix group is growing and growing and growing, so that's exciting. But the world is not going to take this lying down, folks. The fact that they've been screwing horses' feet up for years, all because they wouldn't follow Mother Nature. Not good. Moving away from Mother Nature. Alison says, I got blocked from a chat for asking questions and challenging the P3 rotation theory. They were so patronizing and humiliated me, sad sods. They tried to humiliate you,
They
Alison.
tried to humiliate you, Alison. I can't believe that they would humiliate you for 1 second.
Don't let them come running back here. It's like, come running back to Mother Nature. Go, Mother Nature, Mummy. They won't listen. They won't. Don't worry, darling. One day they will. One day they will. Sandra Randall from Czech. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, should we go and have a look at the Facebook group? Let's get in
Yes.
there. Let's get in there. Phoenix Way, Path to Hoof Health. Should I just refresh? What's it doing? What's it doing? What's it doing? Oh, there it is. Oh, should we go and have a look who the new member is? What's this doing? Funny things. That would be mean. Every time I see that, Gary, I think, oh, shall we go and have a look?
Well, I did that the other night. You know, because we've got such amazing admins. I was going in the other night and there was a lady there, and I thought, oh, there's not much going on your page. And I thought, well, I'll just go and have a look. And I went back to approve her, and it was one of 3. And when I came back, by the time I'd done my research, somebody else had already bloody done it. So I'm not going to bother. Because they're so amazing.
Frances will have seen that now. She'll be straight in. I guarantee she'll have seen that, and she'll be like, oh, they come in thick and fast constantly. They are constant. Oh, this is this video. So this is Toya's Annie, and this is her at the beginning having abscesses before the Phoenix Way, and she's not so good, lying down in pain, not happy. There's Toya not feeling happy either. And then time moves on. Lovely pony, give you a nice strokey. I don't stroke, play with your legs. There you go. And now look, now we're on a path. We're on the tracks. We're feeling happy. Now watch me, everyone. I'm gonna jump. Are you ready?
Jump off the
ready?
wall.
Whee! La 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 la. I can jump. Oop, there. And I can trot on really stony ground. Look at me. I can walk fast. Fantastic. Thank you for posting that. I gave it a love. Love. Now, Willie the Wonder Morgan. I can't remember the other post because, let's face it, there's been hundreds of posts in this group. But let's have a little chat about this. Hello, I'm back again to request feedback and invite markups. We don't like to do markups, do we? But we do like to talk about them. I'm not very keen at doing the whole markup thing. Second time trimming my 3-year-old coat. Last trim was June the 10th, with some mild maintenance of shaving off the bar growth in between then and now. Good. I only trimmed his fronts today, including cleaning up the frogs, which had some raggedy bits. So I only trimmed his fronts. I'm looking to get him more comfortable on his heels, as I noticed he steps quite flat-footed. Do you expect him to step heel first? Because if that's the case, that ain't normal. His front hooves do not have much concavity as his hinds. And that's anatomy for you. That's how it is. That's okay. That's totally, absolutely normal. Which were the previous sets of photos I shared in the group. I don't know where it was. If you're going to do that, when you do that, it's always good to put a link in there just to your previous post, and then that means it's easier for us to find it. Otherwise, I won't. On the left fore lateral view, I included a line marking the angle of the hoof from the coronet band to show how the toe footprint has migrated forward. Yes, I have a comment about that. This was my inspiration to learn how to trim. Brilliant. Ideally, the toe footprint will migrate back to where it should be, correcting the heels. Don't worry. There is no chopping of toes going on here. I did notice
Awesome.
yes, I did notice he was not stepping quite as flat after day's trim, and Willie gave me a great big yawn, releases towards the end of his trim. That's huge first. He's always been somewhat tense with farriers when they worked on his feet. Wouldn't you be? You're like, you've got your foot up, right? And you're going, and people say, I don't know why my horse is really funny about me touching his feet. Because every time he has his foot done and he puts it down, he's like, oh, now that feels weird. It's like putting your feet in somebody else's wellies. Oh no, that's not nice. What have you just done to my foot? Give me your foot back. Naughty horsey, give me your foot back. No, you can just go do one. Oh, one, do one. I'm not giving you my foot back. You unbalance it. Give it back. No, give it back. You see? They know what they're talking about. Photos are as good as I could manage working on my own. I included ones with hooves oiled. In case that helps. I wasn't expecting that. About 4 weeks since last trim. Please critique and mark up the work that I can do better, because, like most folks new to trimming, I'm paranoid about messing up my horse. Shall we go and have a look? Please don't oil your horse's feet. Okay, so this isn't. I see what you're doing here, but this picture I don't think has been taken at a full 90 degrees perpendicular to the hoof. So you are seeing a bit of, probably a little bit of toe flare going through there, but you need to be more at the side of the foot, I think, on this picture, is what I think. But I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there. Yes, but photographs can be a bit deceiving. Now, I looked at these earlier. Now, the comments I do have to say to you, and that I initially, at first glance, I'm like, okay, you're giving this a very, very good go, I have to say. But there are little things that you do need to do to finesse. One, don't touch the frog. Do you see how the frog has turned white? How it's, I mean, some frogs are not quite as pigmented as others, granted. But you see how it looks more pigmented up towards the back of the frog than it does towards down by the toe. Be careful how much frog you take, because your horse has just spent all of those days and weeks callousing his frog with frog material, which is layered just like the sole. And if you take too much, you can make them tender. So the trick is not to do that, and just to take these little bits that might be covering up the collateral grooves. What else can we see from here? Well, it looks like you've taken the bars down, so that's very good. I can't tell the depth of the walls to the sole, because you can't from a picture like this. But what I can tell you is that from this picture, this looks like you've left quite a lot of wall. But then when we get round here, it gets tight, too tight. Do you see how close you're being? It's just, this is not done deliberately. Actually, you've done this because of the way that you finished the foot off from the above. Would you not agree, Gary? The Mustang roll.
It certainly looks that way. Yeah, and there's not a huge amount of thickness of hoof wall there.
If you put
so
the
you've got
foot
to be
this way
careful
around,
that you don't accidentally over thin it.
Yeah, if you put the foot this way round and you don't trim like the horse wears his foot like this, and you trim like this, it's one of Lindsay's
pet hates.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it more than anything else.
We do that on a workshop. We have a klaxon, and we got the big fingers that come out, and everybody gets. No, we don't.
What are you doing? Don't do that. You ever seen a horse walk along like this on the ends of it? No. So don't do that. But that's what happens. You put this, you spend all this time putting this beautiful roll in, and then you go and put the foot this way around and go, or even, And then you go, shit, I overthin the sole. Not the sole, the toe, ball. So that's what I see from there. Otherwise, I think this is just finessing Willie the Wonder Morgan. That's all you're doing. Again, this looks like this is a pretty good shot. This looks like you're down to the hard sole plane, and we can see good wall around there. So I'm liking that. But I've got a feeling that you're taking your roll and rolling it right up to the heel. So that's probably not so great. Aha. So what do we see here? So I see sort of flatness there, and then a little bit coming down here and a little bit coming down here. And then I don't see flat heel here. I see beveled heel. Something for you to look at. And it's difficult, therefore, to see balance because of that. What have you put here?
I can... Willie the Wonder Horse is actually has done the 15 and the 10-day challenge.
Oh, Willie the Wonder Morgan, have you done the 15 and the 10-day challenge? Because if you haven't, you know
that
what we would
be
recommend.
Awesome. This would iron out all of these little things.
Oh, it so would. It so would. No oil. Like, no oil. Don't put oil on. Okay, so again, far too much frog being taken there. You don't need to do that, and that's the thin voice. If it's actually harder to see than it was before. Okay, so same thing's happening. Taking too much frog. Try not to get tram lines in these heels. That's because you're using the rough side of the rasp. Just be careful getting a bit tight there again. That'll be because you're doing the same procedure as you were doing before. But bars pretty good. I like the bars. That's good. Again, be a bit more finesse around here. That looks like that heel's flat, but can't tell. So this is the down here on this Mustang roll is too steep and tight, basically. So we've got a similar thing going on here. If you look at this heel and then you look at this heel, you're rockering this one down. So you've got a thing about this side of the foot. Balance isn't looking too bad, but yeah, watch those heels. And again, don't oil the foot. Keep going. Oh, we're on that. No, so there's a picture.
I think that's it.
It's this picture. Oh. That. You see this bit here? You see when you're making this bit of roll? That's when you make it too thin underneath. So be careful. Other than that, you're on the right tracks, Willie the Wonder Morgan. You'd be even better on the right tracks if you were on the 15 or 10-day challenge, which you might be. I don't know. Now that's my post. Let's see what people put. I want to see. I'll tell you what. Oh, Mare. Pain, lameness, heartache, sorrow, expense, depression, PTS, grief. Oh, Mare. So she's dealing with a little pony that's going through this at the moment, and that's just so sad. And there's Jenny. Look, she's showing you. Look at the difference of that. I mean, Gary. I love that.
It's bloody marvelous, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And you know what?
It just goes to show that even when it wasn't going quite right, how when the healing pathway is put in place, how they can recover as long as it's not too late.
That's right. It's a very good trim, that.
As long as it's
very,
not too
very,
late.
very
That's
good
a brilliant trim. Very good trim.
Don't get too tight here on the toe. Very, very good trim. I have to tell you that I have also seen it go from this to this and worse. So imagine what it feels like. Imagine the scenario. You've got an animal where you've been rehabbing them, all's well. Animal's going along, hunky-dory, absolutely getting on with life. Feet are growing down. You're absolutely so proud of it, looking more normal. Everything's looking more normal, balanced. And then the vet comes along to take an x-ray and says, that toe needs removing. And before your very eyes, it gets done because they call the farrier and the farrier comes and chops it off and ends up like this and worse than this. And you may go, how could that happen? I'd never let that happen. Well, it does happen because people have tried. It doesn't take, it happens in seconds, and people are scared because the vet is telling them, if you don't do this, this is what's gonna happen. And even though they might know, it still happens, and it does. People still stand back and let it happen. So just be warned, guys. You do that, you set your horse back massively. I mean, like, massively. Don't ever let that happen. Just you go and blind them with your science that you now know, and it will blow their mind. Everything that you said to me about why you don't chop that toe, that's what you tell them, right? That is what you tell them. What am I doing here? Oh God, sorry. So you go and say, you're not touching my horse's toe. Why? Why is that? It needs to. It's going to tear the lamina. I'll tell you why. Sit right down there and I'll tell you. Story time. That's us.
Want a cuppa?
Oh, yeah,
Take a pew. Want a cuppa?
pew.
Take a pew. You might learn something.
I'm going to tell you absolutely why you'd better not touch my horse's feet. Please, any advice for these hoofs? Let's have a quick look, shall we? Karen? Okay. Well, we look like we've got foot on the ground, don't we? Jump in, Gary, if need be. Dark is what I'd say. It's dark. I mean,
I don't know whether it's me or whether I need to clean my glasses.
No, it's dark. So you see just beyond this lovely dark spot here, there's sunshine. You see there's sunshine out there? Take horsey over to the sunshine and take photos in the sunshine. I get it. I know you've
in the
got
sunshine, but put a shadow over it.
Yeah. It needs to be in the sunshine, but not bleached out. It's tricky taking photographs, Karen, but yeah, because I can't see a lot. But what I can see is we've got a bit of absolutely normal flaring on the inside of the hoof wall. It'll be fine. You see this, this side is quite straight and this one is bending. It probably would look better with the trim. And here we are. Here's the trim that needs to be. I see some chaps there that are quite well worn. So somebody's been used to doing feeties. Are we actually going to see a trim? I think we might be doing. Is that what we're going to see in a minute? Ooh, I don't know. Let's keep going. And I'm not going to say anything. For all you people all you people watching, you should know that that needs a trim. Yeah, but looks fairly balanced, although got a bit of a callus going on here. But horse is trying to balance. Very good, very good. So it might look like it needs a trim, but it needs a balance. Look, we've got some flare going on. Yep. You can see how in between the trims the hoof wall comes up at quarters. Just because it's not the horse isn't on enough undulating ground, so it's not keeping them worn down. Yep. Keep going. Is that it? We stopped? Oh. What was the question in the post? Please, any advice on these hoofs? Trim them.
Yeah. Needs to be trimmed.
Down to the hard sole plane.
Heel to toe, trim to the hard sole plane. If you haven't done the 15 and the 10-day challenge, get on and do it. And then
get on and do it. And do you see how horsey's leaving hoof wall to walk on? Amazing, isn't it? Mother Nature knows what it's doing. Yep. So go trim, come back and tell us all about it. Now, Jen, should we talk about this one quite quickly? I think we will, actually. Jen Shilk. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Just received diagnosis.
I admire you for having a go, because I would just... Let's see if we can help Jen.
Yeah. Just received a diagnosis on a Wednesday for my 9-year-old mare. 9 years old. She's been a bit tender for a month now, but not dead lame. So it's been getting worse. And it was always worse in the morning. Took a little while to coordinate with the vet, but we finally got it done. I've never dealt with any kind of laminitis, and many people are saying that I should just send her over the bridge. She's 9.
Oh my God.
But damn it, I think I need to try to get her fixed up. She's just too damn good. I'm located in Alberta, Canada. and just beginning my tour down the wormhole of recovery, and I would dare say discovery. She's in a dry pen now. Farrier booked for Tuesday. And I've got Cavallo boots ready to ship. I do have her on pain management and anti-inflammatories for a few days. She gets around well, and an untrained eye wouldn't even tell she was off. I have hope. Any help or insight would be greatly appreciated. I don't know whether because I know there's been lots of answers, so I want to see, if you don't mind, if Jen has actually responded, because I'm not sure she has. I don't think she has, Gary. Well, oh no, she has. Here we got one. Officially, no one has said you need 2 youth, but it was a conversation about long-term expert. A friend who is a tech did tell me to cut my losses in youth. The vet is on board with me to try to rehab and is on board for my conservation approach. Not all about throwing the bells and whistles for corrective shoes, etc. Sadly, I have caviar and champagne taste on a craft dinner budget, so I need to be smart and cost efficient. I do hope that Jen has read these, because I don't think she has updated the post, and I don't think she's fully understood what people have been saying in the post. So just, Jen, if you are watching this, and Gary's going to put the link in, and he'll put the time frame of when we started, I'm going to go through this very quickly for you. That's a beautiful, beautiful horse, and it doesn't need to be put to sleep. Let me tell you that right now. Potentially a little bit weighty, but you know, that can be sorted out. Lovely horse, beautiful, very, very nice, beautiful, beautiful. Looks great side saddle too. But here is your problem. Right, kind words, people, but can you explain what's going on rather than me? Kind words. I can't rotate it. In fact, shall I take it and put it into my Canva, and we'll have a little look-see? Well, you all be thinking about what you're going to say while I go off into Canva. You can't see me in Canva right now, can you, Gary?
No.
Right, okay. So you guys be thinking of what you're doing, and I'm going to paste that into Canva, and we're going to have a little look. Come on, Canva, paste. There it is. Let's go to the next one. Copy. I mean, guys, you must be getting very used to seeing these. We see them all the time, right? Yeah. All the time. Right. What are people saying? Anybody saying anything yet, Gary?
Heels too high. That's from Angela Holland. Monica is agreeing. High heels. Carly Harris, high heels, chopped toe, putting horse onto P3. There is a bit of the chopped toe, but not excessive.
Did you see which one is it? Yeah. Ooh. Okay. P3 is in a positive position as heels have been left high. Yeah. Lisa says high heels, and I can see what looks like a pretty big event line right at the top. Indeed.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you were barefoot or whether you had the shoes taken off, but there's been a big change, and that big change is probably to do with drugs and change of diet and management, because normally when you get this kind of diagnosis, you go all into doing lots of changes, don't you? Thin soled under P3, looks like ready to penetrate. Okay, should we go have a look? Let me just stop sharing a minute. I put it into my Canva. What time is it? 54 minutes. Right, I'm going to give this 5 minutes. Right, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so you can understand, can't you? You can understand why a vet would look at this, or even a farrier, and they go, well, that's all in line. So, you know, what's going on? And then they go, well, hang on a minute. we've got this bit here, hoof distal phalanx distance is wider here than it is here. Here's the shoulder of the coronary groove, down, 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 and you can see, right? And then we look over here and we look at the palmar angle. It's like, that's too positive. Well, that's not good. And then we look over here and we're like, it's a bit thin underneath there, right? And then we go over here and we go, ooh, that's even worse on that side. I can hear an alarm, I think. Is that you or me?
Let me go and switch it off. I'm sorry. It's my wife and she's buggered off.
So that looks like, yes, that's the left and that's the right. So again, here we've got this going on. We've got a little bit, we do have a little bit of remodeling on both tips, don't we? Which means that this tells us a little story that P3 has been in this position for some time. But can you see how they'd be a little bit perplexed with this, and then they'd be like, it's laminitis because this is stretching and it's going to go through the sole. It's like it's penetrating. What's actually happened? What's actually happened over time is that the hoof capsule, through personal preference trimming, has gone in a different direction to the bone. Okay, what should it have been like? Well, the hoof capsule should have been, if the heels were in the right position, here's the hoof capsule. This is what it should look like. So Jen, if you're watching this, this has been caused by incorrect hoof care. That, oops, and probably a little bit of dollop of incorrect diet and management, but this is down to incorrect hoof care. How do I know? Because the balance is all off and they've been over thinning the sole, because that is how your horse's foot should have been. And I say it's an easy fix. Your horse does not need to be put to sleep because you've not got significant osteonecrosis going on here. I do think that you might be getting a little bit of potential bit of ring bone beginning, but that's also nothing too crazy. But again, that's I would say that is possible. But can you see what's happening here? This is where P3 needs to be, and through years, months of personal preference trimming, they've lost sight of what's going on and they've not been able to balance properly. The heels have been going up with P3 and they've been over thinning the sole. There's just not enough foot here to cover this. This isn't just me making it up. Oh yeah, but look, Lindsay, if I rotate it back the other way, that's what P3's done. It isn't, right? It's because they've over thinned the sole. That's what they've done. They've over thinned the sole over a long period of time, and they've not been balancing. And they've lost their balance because there just isn't enough hoof. There isn't enough hoof now down here. So you've lost mass. So how do you build that mass back up? What you do is a great big arrow, and you don't touch beyond the apex of the frog. And we need to see pictures, please, if that's possible. And the apex of the frog is here, but look here, look how far back this is. So as the heels come back, you won't be able to balance anything forward, and your horse has got to make foot. It's going to be a road in boots. She needs to wear boots. You only trim the back of the foot and you wait for this toe to get itself down, and it will. We have rehabbed many like this, and you have to wait and let that come down. No riding, just pottering around in hoof boots. Once you get down here, that she'll be a little bit more comfortable because P3 won't be facing down, right? Because P3 is like that at the moment, and P3 will be more like that when it's been trimmed properly. And the same over here. This is exactly the same. So when P3 is down to where it needs to be, because you'll have removed this here, the high heels above the hard sole plane, then you've got to wait for P3 to come down. And this one isn't in such a bad way as this one, but it's about to be. And why do they both look slightly different? Because personal preference trimming does that to you, because you're not a robot with X-ray eyes. So you can't tell exactly what you did on one side compared to the other. And that is the problem that you have with personal preference trimming, because it goes out of kilter and out of balance so quickly, so quickly, and then you're lost. And you think you're trimming to the HPA. So when the vet looks at it, they go, well, it looks like a perfectly normal capsule, except it's got some separation. And the separation is all put down to laminitis, put it on a load of drugs to stop. And somehow it doesn't cure this. You can put it on drugs till the cows come home. It's not going to cure it, because this is the problem. It's the hoof capsule. It's going in another direction away from P3 because of personal preference trimming, because of not being able to balance properly. That's the foot she should have had. Boop. Oh, no, I missed that. That's the foot she should have had. And that's the foot she hasn't got. And that, Jen, has been all down to incorrect trimming. So you need somebody who knows what they're doing. You need to post up the pictures. You need to get yourself on the 15 and 10-day challenge, and you can save this horse. You can save this horse, but you are right on the cusp now, because your horse will grow foot underneath here. Absolutely. That they will definitely grow foot. It's just a process. In a few months' time, this will, and not even that, in just a couple of months' time, there'll be sole underneath there. She'll be feeling so much better, but you can't ride her. And what you will end up with, actually, is, just so that I can warn you of this, it will end up like this for a while until that starts to grow out. Sorry, like that. Until it begins to grow out. So the long toe, go and watch Galsworth, go and follow Galsworth Track Livery, and you'll see us rehabbing horses like this all the time. And Wex has just gone through a penetration, so rehab, and that's what you're just about to go through. But you can save your horse, and I suggest put pictures up, edit your post, put pictures up. Don't put it in the comments, because that'll drive us all mad, because we won't be able to go back one after the other. Put them in the actually edit the post, take all those pictures, put it in, and we'll tell you what's going wrong from the actual hoof capsule. So this is incorrect trimming. I am sorry, Jen, but you can save your horse.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. It's a bit crap that the hoof care has been rubbish, but there's not significant damage to the pedal bone. She can recover, but it's not going to be an easy ride. No, it's not going to be an easy ride.
No, and there's been quite a bit of damage to that left fore, or right fore, actually. I've just noticed Nicole's mentioned the navicular bone. There could be some damage down there. There's certainly palmar processes look different. But is that going to stop her from recovering? No, it's not going to stop her recovering. But the problems that she has in her foot have all stemmed from her heading towards that now she goes, I can't walk anymore, Mum, because you've taken so much foot away. Well, not you personally, that now I can't walk. I've been trying my best for you, and now I can't. But she's 9 years old. She'll have the spirit, of course, to live. She'd be a perfect candidate for us at Galsworth, or for Bethan at Galsworth. That would be a classic rehab. And she'll come through that, and then she'll never have to go back down that route ever again, because you'll never have crappy trimming ever again. And you may love your farrier and your vet, etc., but they're not doing that. The trim is all wrong. Okay. Is it a big cursor? I don't think it is.
No, Jen messaged me earlier on and says, is the cursor really tiny? And I said, it is tiny. And if you're watching it on your phone, you won't be able to see it. Watch it on your laptop or telly or something like that, and you'll see it. And that's why she's going, big cursor, whoop, whoop, because she can see it.
Bethan's here. Look, Jen. See, she's a super easy fix for us here. Yeah, we'd fix that. We'd definitely fix that. There's not a lot going on underneath there, but we'd have her fixed. Boots, right trim, movement, time. Boots and pads. You do need pads. Boots, pads, right trim. Toe is going to start getting longer. As that toe starts getting longer and then starts to eventually, because initially when you trim properly, you won't see the toe. It will be out of the, because that's why the balance has gone wrong, right? So you might think, oh, they've not been chopping off the toes. They have, because they've been taking too much. And so as that comes back up, then that's when it's all filling in there. Okay. So I do hope that you see this and you take our advice and you can fix her. I thought Jen meant the big white arrow in the box. I don't think that was big enough. Okay, right, we're done. And we will see you. I hope you enjoyed that. It's not good, is it?
It's not Tuesday this week, isn't it? We're back Tuesday.
It's not fun seeing horses that are suffering.
No,
it really isn't. And I do hope that I haven't made any fun there, because I didn't mean to. And it is a serious situation. It needs serious, urgent, remedial. Oh, I don't even want to use that. God, that came out of my mouth then, Gary. Swallow your words. It needs serious, urgent action. Okay, but it can be done. It absolutely can be done. This is not caused by diet and management. This is caused by incorrect trimming. Diet and management aren't helping the inflammation, but that's not why P3 is in that position. Have a 29-year-old fix, says Jen. It can be done. And that horse has got 20 years on your horse. Rehab. Yes. Rehab.
It's well worth it. Well worth it.
All right, my lovelies.
Good job.
I'm going to go now and try and find something to eat, because I've not eaten my dinner yet, and I'm hungry. Thank you. Great live, very educational. Thank you. Really late to the party. Oh, Bonnie, go back and watch it. You'll love it. All right. See you, Bonnie, and everybody else, and all the Clydes and everyone tomorrow evening on our induction night. How exciting. See you all then. Bye-bye. Wonderful information, says Vicky. Love the learning. Okay, guys. See you on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
All right. Bye.
Take care now.